All right, guys, buckle up. We have a big week coming up for stocks. We have the Fed funds rate decision coming this Wednesday at 2 p.m. We're going to cover that in this video, of course, and we're going to break down some stocks, 5 in particular that I'm watching right now. So, guys, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the email stock newsletter. It's free. And if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my real money portfolio, what I'm buying in real time updates every single week, that's on Patreon down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'm back on these freaking energy drinks, man. I got to stop drinking these. But for now, cheers, guys. Let's dive into it. So stocks are pretty hot. We all know that. The indices are all at all-time highs except for the Russell, which is almost there. I mean, you guys probably know the Russell has been lagging a little bit, but we're, less than 80 points away from all-time highs as we're seeing the Dow just hitting all-time highs. We just hit over 46,000. SPY hit, just recently. I mean, another all-time high. So overall, stocks are looking phenomenal, and we're seeing a bunch of individual stocks obviously breaking out, some more than others, and I guess, there's not much to cover in terms of the indexes here, but we're at all-time highs. That's kind of the main thing. And when it comes to the Fed funds rate this upcoming Wednesday, which we might as well dive into that before we go deeper into the charts, that's what's going to move the market. We're all expecting a 25 basis point rate cut, but who the heck knows what Jerome Powell, what the Fed's going to do. We've been surprised before. What if they came in with a 50 basis point cut or something like that? That would cause stocks to probably go up. Not probably. I think for sure, in my humble opinion, that would cause stocks to go up a lot more, because that's not priced in necessarily. But, it's all going to come down to what happens on, let me double check. It's Wednesday, but let me double check for sure. It's Wednesday the 17th. What days, or what time? 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. East Coast time, by the way. That's when we're getting the Fed funds rate decision. And currently, it's at 4.5% for those that didn't know, and it's projected to go down to 4.25. Hence, 25 basis point rate cut. So that's pretty much cemented in. That's priced in. The risk we run now is, we'll look at the charts in a second again, but we're at all-time highs. We're kind of arguably a little overbought. The risk we run here is we got to sell the news event. S&P goes down a little bit. QQQ goes down a little bit, because we all know we're going to get this rate cut. It's priced in. It's baked in. So we might get a sell the news event. But with the 50 basis point cut, that's where, if that were to happen, we're probably not going to get a pullback. We'll rocket higher in that case. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we get a 50 basis point cut, a surprise cut? I don't think we will, personally. I'm leaning more towards a 25, but hey, never say never. The Fed has surprised us before, and who's to say they won't do it again, So going back over here to the charts, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you here. We get some more stuff, the FOMC statement, projections, things like that on Wednesday, but really the market's eyeing up the Fed funds rate. So like I said, we're pretty much at all-time highs. And again, that runs the risk, or we run the risk here of seeing a drawdown in the scenario of a sell the news event, which could bring us down to the 180 SMA potentially here on the 4-hour chart, which could put us anywhere from 645, 650 on SPY, maybe QQQ gets down, let's say, to 575, 580 range. So at this point, man, we've seen it happen time and time again, but it all comes down to the rate cuts. We've seen these pullbacks happen time and time again, but it's all coming down to the rate cuts, so it's not guaranteed, even though it seems pretty clear that we might get a little sell the news event. If we get that 50 basis point, man, it's going to take off. It's going to take off even further. Even if we get the 25, it's not 100% guaranteed we're going to get a sell the news event, but it's something on my mind. So now let's dive into these stocks. Tesla is gaining momentum. Tesla is ripping, guys. Quite frankly, it might need a pullback, but it's one that I want to show you guys here, which we called out the breakout. This is not a surprise. We called out this triangle. Broke out of 65. Yeah. Completely just ripped. $30 on Friday. I mean, it was insane. 27 to be exact. 7.3% move. So I think at this point, it is a bit overbought. I wouldn't necessarily fight the FOMO, but if it were to pull back, let's say anywhere in this range, which now it's in this new range between 370 to about 420. If we pulled back anywhere near 380, 385, 375, right, that general range, that would be a potential buy the dip opportunity, right? In my opinion, that's the way I'm looking at it. So I like the way we're breaking out here. I don't think Tesla's overall run is necessarily done, but I think in the short term, it's a little too hot, honestly. So maybe we draw down a little bit, see a bit of a pullback, find a new support at around 375, 380, and then we'll go from there. But overall, that's TSLA, watching it very closely. We have some earnings this week, nothing too crazy. You guys know Buffett has been buying Lennar, right? Ticker symbol LEN. Well, they're reporting earnings, I think, on Thursday. Let me double check this date. Yeah, the 19th, which is that Thursday? Yeah, right? That's 5 days away. What? Actually, I thought, no, that's Friday then. But I swear it was Thursday. Either way, whatever. They're later in the week, Lennar, ticker LEN, and this stock's been hot. We got news again. Buffett bought them. That popped the stock up, no doubt. This is one that I'm a little not worried about. I'm not in it, so I mean, I don't have money at stake here, but it kind of popped a good amount after we got news that Buffett was in it, and that might be propping it up a bit into earnings here. If earnings disappoint at all, maybe we get a bigger pullback, but who knows? Who knows? With Buffett in a stock, anything is possible, right? So analysts have them doing, and the thing is, guys, these comps are terrible. Analysts have them doing $2.10 EPS versus $3.90 from last year. Talk about, a rough comparable, right? And revenue estimate is $9.05 billion versus $9.42 billion from last year, down 3.9% year over year. So, yeah, revenue is going to be down 4% roughly. EPS is down big time, but the stock's up. Buffett bought, stock's up. And we'll see what guidance looks like. It's going to come down to guidance, guys. But overall, this stock has been slowly breaking out. It's still well off the all-time high. So it really could go either way. Momentum has been building up. It might continue going this way. We shall see. At number 3, we have FedEx, ticker FDX, another one that's reporting this week on the 18th. I think that's Thursday, after the bell on Thursday. And this stock's been ugly. And I think UPS reported, and their stock collapsed, right, about a month ago. Yeah, a month and a half ago. The stock was at, end of July, it was at $102. Earnings come out, and boom, UPS goes down to $85 a share. Think about that. So FDX is in a vulnerable spot. I'm not going to lie. And yes, it did dump when UPS dumped about a month and a half ago. It saw a similar move with, no earnings or news from FedEx. It's just that they're in the same business, right? So those stocks kind of moved together. This one went from 245 to about 215. It dropped 11% in 2 days, and the stock has struggled to get back those losses from about a month and a half ago. So we have earnings this week, Thursday. Stock's been flat for months, really, after it downtrended to start the year. And at this point on the 3-year chart, it looks awful. I'll be honest. The chart does not look pretty. Fundamentals are probably not the best right now. I haven't dove too deep into FedEx, to be honest, recently, guys, but not looking too great based on what I saw from UPS. So yeah, we'll see. And it kind of looks like we have a head and shoulders on the monthly chart. We'll see how it goes. But it looks like here analysts do have them reporting higher EPS versus last year. EPS estimate is $3.64 versus $3.60 from last year on revenue. Analysts have them doing $21.67 billion versus $21.58 billion from last year. That would be up a measly 0.4%. So growth is non-existent. EPS pretty flat as well. I don't like these types of businesses, guys. I've never been a fan of UPS, FedEx. I've never ever invested in them. Not to say that I won't in the future. You never know. I've traded these stocks a couple times, but man, I'm just watching them for now, keeping my eyes on them for the earnings. And at stock number 4, we have Dave & Buster's, ticker PLAY, which this one's gotten clobbered recently from 35 to 23, down 35%, man. Heading into earnings, I think they're tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Monday, after the bell. And this is one that, again, is down 35%. If they report pretty good numbers, who knows? It's super oversold. We kind of have a bullish divergence here. If you guys look closely, this could end up going higher. We'll see. It's a speculative stock, but analysts have them doing 92 cents EPS versus 99 cents from last year. So not the best there. Revenue $562 million roughly versus $557 million from last year, up 1%. So really no revenue growth at all for Dave & Buster's, but I'm watching them because, again, they're reporting earnings tomorrow after the bell, ticker PLAY. And last but not least, DEFT. Excuse me, guys, which is the new stock that I started buying on Friday. And I've covered this stock a couple of times throughout the history of the channel, but I finally pulled the trigger on Friday. We bought some DeFi Technologies, guys, and the freaking stock popped after the bell. And I was looking I was looking at it. I mean, obviously I've studied this stock for a while, but I didn't realize till a couple days ago that Eric Jackson guy that's behind Open Door, right? He's behind this one as well. DeFi Technologies, I did not even realize that till a couple days ago. And it's like, oh wow, that's like another interesting thing to throw into the stock, if you will, because he put an $82 price target on Open Door. It sparked the rally. So it's kind of interesting that he's behind this one as well. But this is one that I'm watching overall because, well, I just started buying it. But other than that, and ignore this $47 one-off candle, this thing screws the entire chart up. If I zoom in here, you guys, or if I pull up the 1-year chart, that shows it. But if you notice here, we're more towards the bottom of the overall range on the 1-year chart. We confirmed the bounce at about $1.95, $2. We started breaking out on the 1-hour chart, which kind of prompted me to buy my initial position. And now we're just completely taking off. Volume's kicking up, momentum's kicking up. After the bell went ballistic, this thing is starting to go, and obviously it's a more speculative play here, guys. This is like the market cap on this thing is $1 billion, but they're guiding for over $200 million of revenue this year. Their forward P is like a 13, 14 now. Well, the stock price has gone up, so it's a little different. As of close on Friday, that's what it was. And I think it's a pretty good value here for, kind of the growth, what we're seeing in the space. And it's freaking breaking out, So I started buying a little bit here on Friday. I'm planning on buying more. Who knows how this is going to open on Monday, man, tomorrow. Again, there's a lot of momentum after the bell, during the day as well. In the pre-market on Friday, we popped to 270. So the momentum kicked off Friday morning, pulled back. It pulled back during the day. I bought during this pullback. And man, it just started taking off again. So this thing's on fire. I'm planning on buying more. And ultimately, this is a longer term play for me. I'm looking to hold it at least till the mid-high threes, $4. But honestly, I could see this going higher, $5 plus. But do your own research, guys, please. It's $1 billion company. It's a smaller company. And you have to realize there's more risk with smaller companies. That's how it is. But they do make, they're on the top line. They're making a bunch of money. They're growing. Bottom line, looking pretty good. So keep your eyes on it. And Well, actually, there is no end. That is the last stock. I thought there was another one, but I guess I'm looking at my notes. That is the last stock. So those are 5 that I'm watching like crazy this week, guys. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Join the Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord, see what I'm doing in my portfolio. I post updates on Patreon every single week, multiple updates a week, depending on what I'm doing in the portfolio there on Patreon, guys. So check it out, linked down below. I'll see you all in there. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.